Welcome everyone to another episode of the Warmup. I'm here with the guys. I am Chris So Raven. We got Reg, who's represented by Reg, and then we also have Deuce in the building. Say what's up to the people who are tuned in this episode, guys.
What's up, everybody? What's going on?
What's going on, fam? Glad to be back.
Cool. And this is your first time rocking with us. This is a place where we talk about sports, current events, and things in between through the lens of Black culture. Man, we're here every Wednesday, and you can check us out on YouTube. You can also check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on Google Podcasts. You can check us out wherever you get your podcast from. But again, we're here. If you're in any of those platforms, please feel free to give us a like, subscribe, follow notifications, hit those bells. To follow us, give us 5 stars on the podcast side, especially if you're on Apple Podcasts. Again, it'll help us in all those respective realms and rings of the respective platform, because the algorithm will be like, oh man, there's a new podcast and we should give that to other people. So again, tell a friend and hit like if you like it. Again, check us out on social media. We are on Twitter, we're on Reddit, and we're also on Instagram at Grindhouse NTWK. It's all one string. And finally, if you want to check us on the Discord, man, look for us. We have a kind of a homegrown safe space place we can just talk about sports and a little bit of off-topic things or whatever, and that is on our Discord, which is Grindhouse Network. So that is also searchable. And I think that's it, man. Anything that y'all want to touch on before we keep it moving?
Let's get to it.
Cool.
Let's do it.
Cool. All right. Well, first things first, man. The NFL season is about to start, but again, if you are in Baltimore, you are hearing a lot of news about your boy Lamar Jackson. So if you haven't heard the news, man, Lamar Jackson he wants money. You know what I'm saying? He's a high value asset. He makes the team run. He's a winner. He comes off of ankle injuries, middle of the game, comes out and throws touchdown passes and goes into overtime to win the game, kind of thing, you know what I mean? So, but if you haven't heard, like I said, Lamar Jackson is in the news because he wants some more money and he wants to get that contract extension. I mean, you want to go ahead and get that security up front, and it seems like there's been some stalemates that has happened, that has occurred between him and organization. And some of the talks have stalled. I think they picked him back up again, but he said, hey man, look, if I have a contract by the beginning of week 1 of this season, then I'm putting y'all on mute until the foreseeable future. So I just throw this out, man, to Deuce here, man. Is this going to actually negatively impact how Lamar Jackson performs with the Ravens, or even their relationship going forward?
I don't think it's going to affect Lamar Jackson's performance with the Ravens, because Lamar's somebody, he has thick skin. People have become like him since he came into the league. I think it's going to be fine. The relationship, I mean, we know how these teams go, man. Lamar performs, that relationship can always be changed, right? You know what I think about this situation? I think about the Ravens. What comes to mind, we talked about it in the pre-pod, but I didn't connect the dots until now. Flacco. I think the Ravens don't want to get Flacco'd, right? I think that's what they're thinking about. Lamar, let me preface with this. Lamar's a phenomenal quarterback, man. That's why I don't think the relationship will be hampered. I don't think it's going to affect his performance. But speaking of performance, what's his record in the playoffs?
He said not positive. I mean, he made it to the AFC Championship. I think he lost in the AFC Championship, right? 1 year.
Right. He's
Right.
1-3 in playoffs, I think.
Yeah, he's 1-3.
In the playoffs, he's not 1-3
In the playoffs. He's 1-3, man. In the playoffs. 1-3.
Now I gotta look it up.
And that's from StatMuse. 1-3. So I'm not saying that playoffs are everything, but you think about Tony Romo, excellent regular season quarterback, got slammed for playoff performance. Peyton Manning was like that until he won one. I think the Ravens want to win one, but they don't want to pay. We don't know what, I haven't seen what he's asking for, but I think they're scared to pay him because they don't want to get Flacco.
Well, I mean, you can kind of understand what he's asking for by looking at the field, the Deshaun Watsons and other people who are getting contracts right now. So,
would you pay him Deshaun Watson money? Is he Deshaun Watson money?
Former MVP?
I mean, he is. That's the question, though, because I don't.
Pro Bowler or something like that. All-star?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. What's his playoff record? You know what I'm saying? So, but Patty Mahomes, he won a Super Bowl, but he wants to get in that tier.
Yeah.
And the Ravens got to make a decision on that. Is he the guy? Because once you start paying quarterbacks that much money, you sacrificing the team, right? You can't pay those skilled players. Can he carry a whole team?
Russell
I think that's the question. Yeah.
Start getting that Super Bowl money. You got to start, reprioritizing where the money goes. So, yeah, I get that.
Okay, so to be fair, Lamar Jackson is 1-3, right? I mean, I didn't even know that, but I could have sworn he went to the AFC Championship. I could have was wrong. Maybe I was dreaming that. However,
yeah, I think he got knocked out early to Patty Mahomes. So that's a tough matchup. Who went on to win the Super Bowl?
So to be fair, Deshaun Watson is 1-2, and he has,
and that's the question.
And he got allegations and missed the whole season.
Yeah.
And he's I think he's the highest paid quarterback right now.
And that's because the Browns are so desperate. You know what? The Browns did a whole Rudy Gobert thing. Like they just one contract throws off an entire offseason. But yeah, Deshaun, I think the knock against Lamar, would it be fair to say, is his ability to throw the ball?
Lamar?
Consistently? Yeah, consistently.
That has been his one of his two knocks against him. The other one is his decision making sometimes, because he has a tendency to bolt out when people probably just wants him to stick back, or he doesn't. Yeah. So
he's not a pocket passer.
He's not a pocket passer. Yeah. So.
And when's the last time as a running quarterback won the Super Bowl?
Mahomes.
Is he a running quarterback though? Yeah. Is he a scrambler? And he'll stay in the pocket longer.
He's a baseball player, so he plays.
Yeah,
he runs like a place.
He will get you like a first. He's not just getting you like a. He can get you a first down from the 10.
Okay. Yeah, but he's not, because Lamar led the Ravens in rushing. I don't know if it was last season or season before, but Mahomes never led the Chiefs in rushing.
He was up there in rushing yards.
He didn't lead them.
I think the Super Bowl game he won, didn't he have like the most rushing yards or something like that?
Oh, I do not remember.
Mahomes be running.
Because they beat the 49ers, so I was kind of checked out. But
I would say, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I was just gonna add, like, even before him, Russell Wilson won as well, and he's a runner.
Scrambler though. I feel like Mahomes and Russ, they run to buy time for their receivers, and if that breaks down, then they are a legit threat to go, like Greg said, to the first down. I feel like Lamar, first read, no, I'm going.
When you bring in Russell Wilson to the picture, I feel like Mahomes is a balance between the two, but I can see what you're saying, because Russell will scramble and maybe he'll get that first down or whatnot, but it's mostly he'll drop the ball behind the yard of scrimmage, kick it 10 times, pick it up, and find a touchdown somehow. It seemed like, but it was like a lot of scrambling. Eventually, it ended up a passing play or a run for like some yards. He's not running for a touchdown or anything. But I mean, I see it. I feel like Mahomes is a little bit in between, but Lamar, like you said, like he's looking at his read progressions. He's like, I'm gonna run it.
Yeah. Which Chris goes to your thing, like a knock against him is decision making. I think first read.
Apparently, that's what someone said about Pat Mahomes. Like, they figured it out. This offense.
Hey, we'll see if they figured him out.
He doesn't get his first read. He resorts to street ball. I'm like, okay, Captain Obvious.
We'll see. No, that's not Pat. But we'll see.
So, okay, all right. Rich, you want to add anything to this, man?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it really affects his play. I think they'll try and get the deal done. If not, we know that he does represent himself. But I was reading that decision pretty much came from him. His reasoning is on his first contract, he knew that his value is already pretty much determined. So there's not much an agent can do for him. He has a team of trusted advisors, though. Somebody is listed as an agent. He just does not have a. I don't think he's dead already, is it? But there you go.
Hey, that's Reg. That's what the Ravens. That's what the Ravens are going to see after week one if they don't finalize anything. Lamar gonna be gone.
I gotta have a black screen for a little bit. Sorry about that. But basically, yeah, that's what it is. So I think he does have a trusted advisor, a team of advisors. I think he's setting that deadline for the reasons y'all mentioned. He doesn't want to try and negotiate and play at the same time. But also, I think he wants to just pressure them, like, hey, get this done, or like it's gonna affect how I see this working relationship, because do you value me or not? I think that's part of it.
There was an article that said the Ravens didn't complete the contract because Lamar didn't seem interested in it for like 5 months. He didn't seem interested in completing this contract.
You're all kind of. If he has a deadline of before the season, I wouldn't imagine or believe that. But maybe he felt like he could have that kind of leverage. I don't believe that, but we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. But I think from what I've heard is he's been having a phenomenal training camp. So obviously he's not like some of the other players who are having contract disputes going into this thing. He's coming in there with the mindset of like, I'm going to be the best football player I can be on the field, regardless of what's going on with the contract. That's how I see it, at least right now.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know, man. I probably agree with you guys too as well. I mean, at the end of the day, he still has a job to do. I mean, I don't know how this is going to play out, because I mean, some people are talking about him potentially sitting out as a tactic to get paid. You know, I think that's something that's pretty common in the football, especially for running backs. If a quarterback decides he wants to sit out, I think that'll be way more detrimental than the running back. But yeah, it would definitely expedite it. So, and then also another thing is that, as far as him not getting taken care of the way that he wants to, sometimes that can kind of make the situation be a little sour as far as how, you're perceived. If you want to go to the NBA, see DeAndre Ayton, how they did him. So I mean, but I do think Lamar's pretty even keel. Like, I don't think he really gets too egotist, like too high on himself, essentially. So we'll see, man. I think Lamar Jackson, he'll be fine. I mean, if they ain't getting the job done before by week 1, yeah. He said, I ain't taking no more calls. So,
I mean, but it's a decision point at that point, right? Do you think he'll sit out a whole season? Because the Ravens just franchise him. Yeah.
So I was going to actually bring that up. Like, there's other ways that they can keep him without really paying him. There's a franchise tag that they could do for the off season. There is also potentially, doing a trade, a tag and trade. Mm-hmm. There's also potentially just doing a contract extension. What do you think is the best thing? What do you think the Ravens would do? Do you think they're more interested in just, playing hardball and doing a franchise tag route, or do you guys think that they're a little bit more, player friendly, and they're just gonna try to give him what he wants? So after evaluation,
doing that first.
Y'all go, man. Go, Rich.
You go ahead.
I feel as though I hope they just go ahead and renegotiate this contract. I can't remember in the past when this franchise tag has worked on a marquee player like that. Maybe y'all can highlight an example there. We've just seen how this shaked out recently, and I understand there's rules to this, but then there's actual practice, and I don't think anybody at that level has gotten what they wanted out of franchise tagging that kind of player and not paying them the money. So that's my take on it. I think they'll try and get the contract done, and at the very least, if there's like a player, is it a team extension option or a player extension option?
I don't think they even have options.
So this is it. So it's like if there's no deal done by the end of the season or March 31st, let's say he's a free agent.
Yeah.
That would be the huge mistake on their part. Especially if we just talked about how desperate the Browns were to get Deshaun Watson as a quarterback because there's a lack of talent. That would be a huge mistake.
Yeah, because if they have until March the 7th, right, to do a contract, or they franchise him, like you said, and make them, hey, you're with us, whatever. I guess to answer your question, man, okay, if I'm the Ravens, what else am I looking for? What else do I need to see from Lamar? What else does he have to do for me to say, okay, I'll pay him. Like, are you going to see that this season? Whatever this mystical thing is, he's made them relevant again. Now, to hit it from Lamar's standpoint, I'm looking at NFL contracts, right? Okay, I just had them. Let me find them. I don't. Okay, all right. Blaine Gabbert.
Yeah, I heard about him.
That's your guy, Chris.
Nah, he ain't my guy. I don't like him.
Andy Dalton.
He was good until he wasn't.
Okay. How you feel about Geno Smith?
Oh man,
He's a good, serviceable backup.
Okay. And last one, Colt McCoy.
I don't have much to say about Colt McCoy. I don't think I've seen him much. Okay.
Okay. So I thought I had a point, but I just realized this list is not in numerical order. So I looked up the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL, and those people were ahead of Lamar, but he's getting paid way more than him. But the question becomes, Lamar's current contract, $9.4 million, right? Aaron Rodgers, $150.
yeah.
Kyler Murray, $230. Deshaun, $230. Pat, $450. Josh Allen, $258. Is he on that level?
Yes.
The Ravens got to pay then if he's on that level with Aaron. Kyle Murray, we should say that for another conversation.
Yeah, even if we want to say like, no, he's not on Aaron Rodgers level, maybe, but I mean, he won MVP. Aaron Rodgers has won MVP. But even if we want to say since that MVP season, he hasn't gotten that far, or the team has struggled. The gap between where Aaron Rodgers and the $9 million is not that big of a gap. You said how much? 150 million for Aaron Rodgers per season and $9 million for Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
The gap ain't that big. I don't know how you feel. The gap ain't that big.
Oh, it's about talent-wise or money-wise?
Yeah, talent-wise.
Aaron Rodgers put a team on his back and brought him to one game from the Super Bowl? The talent gap is that's
more than 10 times the talent? That's a huge gap. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Not 10 times. No.
Like, again, we're talking about two people who have hit an MVP caliber, and again, I can hear the argument like, okay, the team hasn't had as much success as they had that breakout season, and even in that breakout season, they ended up losing in the first round. That's why he's 1-3. But the gap is not the 9 to 150. That's not the gap that's out. If you want to say maybe he's an $80 million player, if you want to say he's a $90 million player, I can accept that. But you're gonna say he's a $9 million player in terms of talent? No. So another team can take him, right? Another team can pay him the money that he needs. Is the point I'm trying to make.
Of course, there's always somebody else out there. But here's the question, though: if you're the Ravens, who is this comparable? Because I'm not gonna say it's Rodgers for the money, right? We're talking about money and talent.
Can we do Russ?
Yeah. I think at this point,
Russ is he's on a $140 million contract right now, 4 year.
So 10 less than Aaron.
Yeah, but I mean, can we do
Garoppolo? Is Lamar?
Can we do Garoppolo?
Definitely do Jimmy G.
Can we do Garoppolo?
He's better than Jimmy G.
Okay.
He's better than Jimmy G.
Okay, so Jimmy G's making money. He got a nice exorbitant contract. I can probably find it for you real quick.
He's not even a starting quarterback, Kurt. He's not even a starting quarterback at this point.
You don't even know what team he's gonna play for, man.
Exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Like the talent gap ain't matching the pay gap. Something not adding up.
It's
I feel
not.
like
It's
if
not.
they franchise tag him, is gonna be another disgruntled player. He's just gonna see like, I could be making that much money. I might as well just sit out the season.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel that he's in the $100 million club.
I agree.
If you want to,
Okay, yes, because Derek Carr's in the $100 million club. He's better than Derek Carr.
But that's what I was saying with the talent gap.
yeah, he's talking about the talent gap. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in the 9.
You're right. It's based on the team. It's based off the team's need and who they have.
If you want to say Aaron Rodgers is maybe $50 million more talent than Lamar Jackson, I'll let you make that argument. But you're not gonna tell me he's damn near 141 million.
No. no, because to me, Lamar is a phenomenal force, but he's still primarily a running quarterback, and we haven't seen a running quarterback take a team the whole way.
He has
Cam Newton.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That yeah. No, I can't. Yeah, I can't argue against that. And look what happened to Cam the season after. He took a beating. So you got to think about longevity.
And that's because the referees weren't looking out for him like they do for other people.
They were not looking out for him.
Like Thomas Brady. So,
but I would say in terms of that, your point that sticks is the gap would be he hasn't carried a team like that. When the team has just been trash, he hasn't been able to find a way to get them to that as deep as some other players have.
Yeah, in the playoffs, because he's carried them
in the playoffs. In the regular season, absolutely. Regular season, absolutely. In the playoffs.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not all. I mean, like a lot of stuff happen in the playoffs, but I'm just saying what has materialized has not materialized for him.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, he needs to get paid, but
for sure.
I would say this: the longer they sit on it, the more. I feel like the longer they sit on this, the more they're gonna have to end up paying them.
Yeah, that's true.
The more that's not. So let's say they do this, right? They hold out. They make it to the AFC Championship.
And they got paid more.
I'm saying at least at one point, okay, fine. Like I don't wanna. Let's do a wait and see. But now the price went up because now I can say, oh, Deshaun Watson never went, and I went. Now you gotta pay me more. You know what I'm saying? So. I don't know, man. I feel like this waiting game is they need to take care of it now, but you know that's happening no time soon. Anything else y'all want to add on that before we wrap up, or?
Nah, I mean just like I'll just reiterate, he's come to training camp and apparently he's impressing people. They say he's coming to play. He's made it very clear what his deadline is. I agree with you. If they play this waiting game and, if somebody who's determined, you can't really control, like some people make it to the AFC, some that don't, but the guy's ready to put in work. Don't pass it up. We don't see too many quarterbacks doing that.
Yeah.
Nah, and you're right, man. They could get trapped because right now, according to SI, man, if the Ravens do franchise him, that's $45 million. For other teams, since it's the end of his contract, other teams can still negotiate with him and pay him more.
Yeah. And $45 million ain't really cheap. You know what I'm saying? So
no. Nah.
So yeah, we'll see where hopefully this gets done in a timely manner. We don't want to see this kind of drag on throughout the season and see kind of how that's gonna fall. But good luck to the Ravens for figuring out what the best number is for them. Because you're gonna have to pay them. So the question now is, how much do you give up? So we'll keep a pin in that, and we'll move on to another prospect who's about to get paid, but it's gonna be in like 3 or 4 years, or maybe 2 years. We don't know. Whenever he makes it to the NBA, because he's gonna make it to the NBA, Bronny James, LeBron James, heir to the throne, is he's being recruited heavily, obviously, because it's Brian. It's LeBronny's James. It's LeBron James' son.
It's a lot of bronze in that intro.
So it's a lot of bronze.
Yeah, boy, good.
Baby Brian. But he's out here, man. He's on the NCAA circuit as far as like being recruited heavily. I think his top 3 places I believe I read that Oregon was the number 1 spot. It was a 50% chance, 50-50 chance that he'd go with Oregon. And then he does have 2 other alternatives, being USC and UCLA, which is his current home place of residence. So, but this kind of begs the question. I mean, is LeBron James, he has a lot of resources as far as like, not having to go through the NCAA to make it to the NBA, actually. So I thought this is gonna be an interesting question. Like, Bronny, this is the best move for him to go to the NCAA, go through the whole limitations that and rules that goes along with the NCAA, or is it better to just go to the G League, go overseas to try to like build up his chops there and train and get paid for it, as Reg would say. I know, Reg, you're a big supporter of anti-NCAA sports. So, you know, what do you think on this? Do you think that he should go to? Do you think it's best for him to go to NCAA, or do you think he should, you know, take his talents overseas?
I mean, they gotta do what they think is best for them. I know we kind of touched on us in pre-pod. Like, I'm torn on it because I think because they're in the situation they are, they can afford to go to NCAA and not worry about getting paid in the short term, obviously. So if that's the more traditional route, he wants to go there, and they think that's better for development. I can see why.
You say he's not getting any grants? He's not getting any passport grants?
He's gonna get player and likeness. He's still gonna get his money. He's not getting fast.
No grants.
No grants.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it's really not gonna matter because money don't.
Yeah.
The money ain't gonna be the issue. But
No.
at the same time, that is usually the argument is these guys will go take that chance with NCAA because they think this is the way to get the biggest payday in the world, to go to the NBA, get that high draft pick, and make it. So they didn't need that. That's why I'm kind of disappointed. I feel like they could have tried something different. Maybe not overseas, or maybe overseas. They could have, you know, LeBron wants to have these aspirations in China. Maybe he could have went and played in China and, you know, have two markets and that name brand recognition. Maybe that could have been a way to play this out. Or the G League, you immediately would be in the NBA. And it's easier for LeBron to try and lobby and put that 2 and 2 together. He's been putting these last few years. I want to play with my son. I want to play with my son. Cleveland looks good. He could be on the G League team. He could be on a 10-day contract. If Antetokounmpo could get both of his brothers in the league, I think LeBron could get Bronny on the team with. I think it's possible. They've even gotten Melo to try out several times. So, like, you know, I think he could have flexed the G League too. So I would have liked them to go an alternative route. I'm not mad at the NCAA. That's just not the decision I would like.
Okay.
What y'all think?
All right, man. Deuce, man. Do you echo those sentiments? Do you feel the same, or you know?
I feel rich, man, because it's like college is a beast, bro. It's that, listen, that student loan debt after you graduate, I feel like they should slap you across the face instead of giving you a hug and saying, you did it. Nah, reality, right? Pay this bill. You owe me now. That's what it should be. So money's not a factor, right? So I'm thinking about pressure. I'm thinking about the name, the James name, the legacy, the fact that his father took another route to the NBA. Colleges are like just drooling to get Bronny. I think that's gonna be a lot of pressure, man. I think he can go the non-traditional route, either G League or overseas, because the scouts are gonna follow Bronny. ESPN is gonna follow Bronny. The common fan won't follow Bronny. They'll just see highlights. Look at not Lonzo, but LaMelo. Look at Melo. All due to his dad tying him up, got him overseas playing ball. The scouts follow, ESPN follow. I didn't watch Lithuania. I didn't watch that. Did y'all watch that?
I couldn't find
I've seen a game or two.
I couldn't find it on
a game or two.
Yeah, couldn't find it.
That's about it.
Yeah. It ain't show up on my YouTube TV app, man. That's all I can tell you. So I would think, just to alleviate him from going through that pressure cooker, I would say those other two routes are better, non-NCAA. Because can you imagine the news coverage if he doesn't win the championship, or if he falls out in the field at 64, or doesn't make it to the 64?
Yeah, I haven't really seen a NBA player who was the son of a famous NBA player.
A great.
Yeah. I mean, we could say Dale Curry and Steph Curry now, but I mean,
GP?
No, GP was going. You know, he was undrafted, and then he would bounce around for a while. You don't know. You
like
didn't
6
know
or 7 years.
Yeah, you didn't know GP before this past year. Yeah. So there's a lot. I mean, there are players who do make it, you know, but it's like the light or the celebrityism or the top tier talent. Like, that's just not something that we've seen before. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that's something that I would say this. That's something that we tend to see that they don't really make it as far or as high as their parents. Again, Dale Curry is being an exception, but Dale Curry wasn't really a star. He was
Yeah,
No,
it's
he
kind of the
wasn't.
reverse. Well, Doug Curry wasn't that guy, but Steph Curry's that guy.
exactly.
Like, look at Kobe. Like, Joe wasn't a star, but Kobe is Kobe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, going to the NCAA, it may make or break him. You know, it may make him, it may expose his weaknesses. And a lot of times, what the big question is about the NCAA is, you know, as why people should go there is because, oh well, you're measured amongst your peers because you're playing with them, right? So, you know, that's something that could expose some of his weaknesses, and that may drop him down in the draft stock. You know what I mean? I mean, LaMelo was overseas playing against grown men, but he was playing, and I mean, he was able to get garner enough, I guess, buzz to get number 3 pick. Like, that's something I haven't seen before.
Was it him or was it his father?
And his brother.
I don't know if it was his father per se. I mean, he definitely wasn't being propped up like he was with Lonzo. Lonzo was like, oh, he's gonna be the best thing. He's gonna get that ball, gonna get that ball. Like, he was all over the place. He was kind of annoying. I think after Lonzo kind of flamed out and became more of a contributor, like just a team contributor, then Jello didn't really cut it.
Yeah.
And so then Melo, so then it was like, man, we're not really gonna fall for the okie dokie again. We're not gonna fall for that hype machine. But people were saying, yo, this guy's really good. He's probably the best ball, blah blah blah. Like, they was coming from other people, not from LeVar Ball. LeVar Ball says whatever he wants. So like, I don't know what the best route is for Bronny. I do think he doesn't need the NCAA. He probably could do G League and then, you know, flip that into a 10-day or a 2-way contract or something like that. Or he could just play overseas for a couple of years, come back, you know what I'm saying, 19, 20, and, you know, enter the draft. And like, if he goes to like a very strong league, let's say Spain or France, one of the French leagues, or he goes to Serbia and he, you know, goes balls out over there, like, you know, they have pretty established, you know, basketball leagues. So, you know, he can grow up a lot and learn a lot from that as well. But again, that depends on, like, you know, how close he is with Bron and Big Bron, Papa Bron, and see if, like, you know, want to see if he wants to, you know, actually leave that proximity and then be out on his own. It depends on his demeanor. But, you know, I ain't gonna knock this whole NCAA thing. I know that's probably the most tested, tried and true method, but I mean, like I said, the lights are bright there too, so you can easily get exposed and just become, you know, Michael Jordan Jr., as they would say. Like, went to Xavier, didn't hear anything about that afterwards. So, yeah, we could see, man. So, anything else I want to add on that? Because, like I said, that's pretty much it on Bron.
I think one more thing, man, with the NCAA, a lot of guards, man, and Bronny, all of Bron's height. Bronny is 6'2". The baby son is one that has the height, right? Bronny, excellent player, 6'2". I think he can razzle dazzle overseas, maybe get some more like notoriety, and then come over to the NBA. The NCAA, man, it's a guards, man. It's guard dominant. So, I mean, we'll see what he can do. But I mean, it goes to your point. He can sharpen his teeth in NCAA. But I feel like the American public, man, LeBron has so many haters, man. They're gonna take aim at Bronny. In the US.
Anything that doesn't look good is gonna be a lot of pressure if you stay here. And I also,
can you imagine?
I'll also say, like, I know it's due to a lot probably to talent, but I don't like how they iced out Jello. Like, after the situation, he got in trouble for stealing the sunglasses, but was he gonna play? Was he not gonna play? Like, all that hullabaloo and authoritarianism and trying to flex your muscle because it's so restricted there. If that was another situation, maybe after the trouble, like, he would have been free to go move on and continue doing basketball. But once he declared that route for NCAA, and they were just like, oh, we're gonna pull a power move on you, no players above the team, and all this other kind of, like, I get the team ethics behind it, but, like, all that, like, was kind of a hindrance, I think.
I think that was more of a play against his father too, man.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah. Can you imagine being Bronny? You at the line, you miss a free throw, and, and Donald Trump tweet about it?
Yes.
Dude, that's some pressure, man.
Yeah.
You know, my son Eric would have never missed a free. Bro, get out of here, man. Get out of here.
I mean, if that's the concern, you just send him to go play in Russia. You know, you'll get great praises for anything he does on the court.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's true. So yeah, it is guard heavy. Again, you know, I don't know if that's something, like you said, it can sharpen your teeth, or it can just let you know how mediocre you are amongst the pool.
That guy. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but again, I don't know if LeBron or Bronny has that kind of expectation. I mean, LeBron has it because LeBron has always had it. And he, you know, everything since 16 or whatever, like, you know, going to the NBA, straight to the NBA. He's gonna be the chosen one. Blah blah blah. Like he was already expected to live up to certain things. I don't think Bronny's going to be given that. I think it's going to be more of the fact that LeBron is LeBron's kid, and that's the expectation. You had to be something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see, but definitely.
That's why I think it would be helpful for it to be in G League or overseas too, because that sells tickets. Like maybe NCAA, like the jersey sells tickets. The school's the school. You're gonna go with it regardless, right? So maybe that can help promote some of these other leagues. I think it's a business opportunity as well. It just seems like a good fit, but
Yeah.
this is what they want to do. Is what they want to do.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you know,
right.
LeBron has the expectation because he said several times he wants to play with Bronny before he retires. So the expectation's out there. Maybe he's not as heavy-handed as the Lamar, but it's been said he at least aspires for it.
Yeah.
And Bronny's what, 17? So
Yeah.
So where y'all think he's gonna play at? LA or Cleveland or other?
Oh,
you're talking about NBA?
Yeah.
In the NBA?
Uh-huh.
Orlando Magic.
Orlando Magic. You mean they gonna be that bad for 3 more years, 2 more years?
Do you think they're not gonna be that bad for that many years?
I don't think so, man. Orlando has a squad now, man. They got some players, bro. Depending on how Banchero checks out, man. But Orlando, they might have accidentally built a team.
He said accidentally. Oh man. Okay, Orlando. What you got? Who you got, Deuce?
You think if Pat's still running the Heat, he'll be up for a reunion?
No.
Nah. I think LeBron wouldn't want to go back to the Heat at that.
I mean, also I
Yeah.
think they're pretty set on their team, except for Kyle Lowry because he's fat, according to Pat Riley.
You know what?
Pat needs sensitivity training.
Hey, listen, does he know? I mean, he's always in contention. Maybe the Lakers, man, because the Lakers they own like the Buss family, but the only thing they do is the Lakers. And Jeannie Buss has everyone in their ear. She acknowledges everyone. So I think LeBron could elevate himself to that role to where he can start having more sway over the Lakers long term. Say, hey, get Bronny. So I think it's gonna be LA because I can't see another team because other owners have other businesses that bring in revenue. So they could be like, they're more apt to say, nah, I'm not gonna play that game. Where the Lakers, the Lakers is their money. That's it. Yeah.
Well, but that's why Cleveland could also make sense too.
Man, I don't see
Think of the story.
Gilbert ain't doing that again.
What you talking about? He loves it because every time he goes back, then like his value as a team and then the city value around him, it goes up instantly.
Yeah.
No one goes to Cleveland.
So
yeah.
Exactly. Why do you think he's so hurt every time he leaves?
Yeah.
A good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
So, cool. Anything else, guys? Y'all want to touch on with that Bronny, man?
That's cool.
Oh, we ain't talking about him going to Golden State. He said he want to play with Steph. Imagine him.
I said Bronny.
Yeah.
I said Bronny.
Bronny coming off the bench.
Here he go with go to guard. Hey, no, but this is a different point. He's saying if Bronny's not that guy, he's not number 1, he's not number 2, he's not number 3. Coming off the bench.
Coming off the bench.
Why would he go to Golden State?
Why?
And Steph's still playing. I don't know. Steph may not. We're talking about Bronny. Bronny got what, 3 years to get in?
Yeah.
I can see. I can see.
Or
it.
2 years. 2 years. If he if he does 1 year in college, but still
Playing behind, coming off behind.
But what?
Yeah,
No, what are you talking about? Like what? What?
They can't hold this core forever. They're most likely, Steph's going to be that guy they hold on to for the longest.
But we know
if
they
ever make. But I'm saying if they end up making a big like if the other guys leave, Draymond said if he doesn't get his max contract that he thinks he deserves, he's going to leave. If Klay Thompson, he's been sliding for quite some time over there. Not by the team, but he hasn't gotten the accolades, the all this, the all that. So maybe he feels like, hey, it's more lucrative if I leave. I could see Curry being the guy there. They having the cap space, adding LeBron James.
Why would LeBron James want to go to Golden State?
Because he said he wants to play with Steph.
So you think LeBron is gonna go to Golden State over him trying to? He says a lot of stuff. Number one, but you think he's gonna want to go into a city that's not going to just throw him the keys?
At that point in his career, does he need that? What does he need to prove?
Yeah, he don't need that. Yeah.
He's not proving anything. He's just being out there like, I don't want to, hey, yo, I think we should move in this direction. And, y'all not going to do that? I've been getting it all my career? No. I think he'll lighten up at that eventually.
Yeah, he'll be like Jordan the third chapter, Jordan the Wizards years without the break.
You mean when he was owning the team, and then he was like, all right, let me step down off of. I don't understand how we went into Golden State. I'm gonna need y'all to get off this Golden State trip.
He wants to play with Steph, man. Two birds, one stone.
Guess what? He can play with him in the Olympics. He can play with them in the Olympics. See?
Didn't they already? They haven't played together yet in the Olympics.
No.
Neither one of them played this past Olympics.
So maybe that's what he was referring to.
So that's part of what. Yeah. Why do you think he got to go to Golden State to play with Steph? Come on.
Because he's gone everywhere else.
He hasn't gone everywhere else. He's only gone to 3 teams.
How many has Steph gone to?
He only had an opportunity to go to step away once, because the other time he was like, I don't know how my ankle's gonna hold up, so this is the best bet.
Okay. Fair enough.
Mil.
That sounds like an opportunity. He just chose Golden State.
No, he wanted security because he didn't know how secure them ankles were gonna be.
I don't like how you light up when you talk about Steph's ankles, man.
Why am I lighting up? I'm not lighting up. That's the lighting. I have good lighting in here. So, I just need y'all to come off this Golden State. Like, okay, cool. Y'all won a championship. Congratulations. Let's move on. Next season.
Oh, that's where you're coming from? I just thought legit because you said you want to play with Curry. I wasn't, I'm not on the bandwagon like that.
Well,
I was really just saying he could knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't see Golden State letting Curry go anytime soon. So I could see if Bronny isn't a top pick coming off the bench, it's a possibility. Because like Red said, Golden State's gonna have to restructure, man. They can't keep everybody.
People are going to go after Bronny just off the strength that they could probably lure LeBron.
It's got to be a solid team because you can see LeBron can't do. It's not. This isn't LeBron Cleveland years.
This is gonna be
when he could carry
3 years from now.
Yeah, you can't drag a team a whole season into the championship solo dolo.
That's fine, but you think he's not going to pay attention to the draft stock and seeing who's going to fall into those draft positions? Like, he's going to be paying attention.
He's going to be on the phone. He's going to be on the phone saying, "Hey, don't draft him. Don't you draft him because I like your squad."
Okay. So you think again, the incentive to get Bronny is to attract LeBron.
Get LeBron, yeah.
So
it will be good.
I don't. If we're saying he goes NCAA and he doesn't shake out to be that point guard, maybe he's good, but he's not that point guard. I don't see people foregoing in the first round, second round, third round to drop down and be like, we might get LeBron from 3 years ago. Let's go ahead and first round, let's draft Bronny. I don't see that.
The Timberwolves would do it because look what they did for Rudy Gobert.
Cleveland will do it. What are you talking about? Cleveland gonna do it. So
at least Cleveland isn't paying half their freaking checking account to 2 centers.
Can we just take LA out this? Cause do they have draft picks in 3 years? I feel like they don't have draft picks
I don't know.
for the next 10 years, so we can just take LA off the list. To be honest,
Neither LA team.
That's okay, man.
You're right.
They got Westbrook and they got AD still, so they got some assets they can throw around.
They could trade. Yeah, AD can get some draft picks.
Yeah. So, anything else, man? Nothing related to Golden State, please. We're off that. We're off that.
everybody say Warriors.
Warriors. I can't wait for the season to start, bro.
All right, I'll go ahead and edit that out. All right. So, guess we can go.
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. Yeah. Whatever. All right. So yeah, we can go ahead and wrap this up, man. I will start off with represented by Reg. Go ahead, man. What's your sign off, bro?
Thanks everybody for joining us. Sorry about the camera. I'm gonna charge my battery next time. Love y'all. Thanks for rocking with us. Just continue to support, and that's it, man. Let us know what you think about the different topics. Should Bronny have gone one way or the other? We don't even know where he really going. We just talking.
Mm-hmm.
But let us know what you think he should have went, and the other subjects we covered. Lamar Jackson. What do you think he deserves? What do you think he's gonna get? That's it.
Cool. All right, Deuce, you have anything for the classroom today, or are you?
Yeah, I got y'all. Hey, you know what? Side note, Bronny might do a unsuspected path and go to Deanza.
He should go to Davidson.
Deanza College.
Yeah.
I mean, y'all out here just throwing out all kinds.
Bronny coming straight out the bride.
Straight out.
Hey, something unpredictable, man. Okay, I got something for y'all NBA related, bro. Okay. Which team has no active NBA player facing the playoffs?
Wait, no active what?
Which team has no active NBA player faced in the playoffs?
No active player. So there's no active player on the roster that's been in the
So
playoffs.
basically, what team has nobody's played them? So this team has never been in the playoffs, pretty much.
Oh, so what team's never made to the playoffs? Why you just say that?
Mhm.
In history?
Hey, man, it's more interesting.
I like the way he asked those.
It's more interesting. It has more intrigue.
What team has never made it? Charlotte Bobcats. No, I take that back.
I'm about to say.
Yeah, they did.
Active
They did
player?
that one time, and then Jordan got full of himself and started drafting terrible people.
I think it's gonna be a tough pick because they get some positive buzz, which can be confusing to you.
Which team has never made it to the NBA playoffs? I mean,
Not never made it. They just no active players. No NBA player playing today has played them in the playoffs. They made it to the playoffs before.
oh, no NBA player today has played them.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
I was gonna say Minnesota.
the Kings.
Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
The Kings.
Yeah, I was gonna say Minnesota, but they just made it. So then I would have went with the Kings. Kings
Mm-hmm.
have a long drought right now. I watched their rise and fall and fall and fall.
And rise and fall. Like they get close. You get a buzz. They got Darren Fox over, also, and everybody's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be it. They got Brogdon and DiVincenzo. It's always like, oh yeah, this is gonna be it. Ain't
Yeah.
it?
They didn't have Brogdon.
Oh, who am I? Sabonis.
They got Sabonis now.
They got
Sabonis. What I meant to say, Sabonis.
Yeah, but they just got him. They
Yeah.
they had
They got
Halliburton.
Halliburton, right?
yeah, but
Yeah, they gave up.
They even had, they were decent when they had Gabe from the Grizzlies too. Like they always had like a squad like hard fought on the court, but they just never really had regular season success to get into the
They had Isaiah Thomas, man. Mr. Fourth Quarter himself, like before the injury. It's like they get a player like Halliburton. Oh man, this dude's gonna be too good. Let's just go ahead and get rid of him on his rookie contract before he asks us for money. It's the craziest thing, man. It's like the thing they should do, they do the complete opposite.
They had the Boogie Cousins years. They always had like some, like you said, like they always had some kind of there's a positive there, like opposed to Orlando. Like, I think if it wasn't for Orlando having that little Dwight Howard stretch, they would have been on that list too.
Now they made the playoffs. They beat Milwaukee the first game of the playoffs a few years ago when Giannis was there. I remember that. And then Giannis came back and mollywopped them the next 4 games, man.
Yeah. This is before Steve Rogers took the super serum.
Yeah.
Okay, got you. I understand.
Wow.
Just a kid from Brooklyn.
Okay. Yeah, no, they draft horribly, and then like their roster shakers are trash. Like they be shipping off people. Okay, so I'm just looking at everything since 2001. Gerald Wallace, he was pretty good, serviceable. 2001, they got Kevin Martin, 2004. Spencer Hawes, do y'all care about Spencer Hawes?
I remember Spencer Hawes. No.
Yeah, but
he was a good backup.
Yeah. Jason Thompson. I remember they traded away Jason Thompson after like 2 or 3 years. Omri Caspi, Tyreek Evans, Rookie of the Year that year. Hassan Whiteside, obviously he wasn't.
They drafted him?
They drafted him, yeah.
Huh.
Second round. DeMarcus Cousins, that was the same year as DeMarcus Cousins actually. Next year they got Isaiah Thomas off of the second round draft pick. Again, that's something that was probably like, that was a gem. Biz Mac Biyombo, I know y'all know who that is, but I know y'all know he ain't go nowhere.
Yeah, nah.
He went to the Hornets and he was like a journeyman for them.
Yeah, exactly. But
veteran player, experience. He got buckets. He did what he did.
Yeah.
He's definitely not a first round guy.
Yeah. Ben McLemore.
Decent player.
I would. I don't want him on my team. I don't want him on my team. I tell you that much. He was on the Grizzlies. I was like, yo, you trash. 2014 was Nick Stauskas. Y'all remember Nick Stauskas?
I remember the name, but I don't remember his game.
Because he just got traded from Boston to the other team this offseason. To get
that's why I know the name. Yeah.
Willie Cauley-Stein. Y'all remember him?
Bruh, come on, man. Really? They drafted him?
Yeah. Number six. Number 6.
I don't even know I can't say he's a serviceable backup big man.
Yeah.
I don't even know where he's at right now.
Yeah. I don't know either. I think he's with. No, never mind. I won't say that. The next significant person isn't until 2017. Darren Fox. After that, Marvin Bagley.
And they could have had Luka.
Yeah.
They could have had Luka.
And Tyrese Halliburton. Yo, there's a bunch of names here I didn't name in here because y'all don't know who these people are. They draft like trash.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of that was the Vlade Divac years.
Yeah. And even then, a lot of times they don't, like, maybe he want to go a route. The other people in the room was like, no, we should do something else. So.
Oh, that's true. I remember that too, yeah.
Williams, though.
They got Jason Williams way back when?
98.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yo, that was one of my favorite teams back then, man. And Jay Will. I liked the Kings before they traded Jay and got Mike Bibby.
Yeah. I mean, I like Jay Will, Jason Williams as well. I think everyone did. He was very very fun to watch.
He was excited, man.
Fun play.
Got a championship in Miami, so that was
mm-hmm.
interesting. So, but yeah, man, looking at the draft picks and how they squander away a lot of talent.
You're not surprised by the fact, though, hey?
Bro, I just went from 2001. I didn't even name everyone they drafted. I just named the ones that y'all probably know the names of.
They're not worth it, man. They're not worth the minutes. It's their career doesn't pan out, and Zach couldn't see that beforehand.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a hot mess. So.
So you saying fire their scouts?
Fire the scouts. Fire the president of basketball operations. Fire the general manager. Probably go ahead, fire the owner, and relocate to Seattle.
You taking the Kings from Sac, bro?
Yeah.
Then what's at least Sac one? They just built their new stadium, man.
Okay.
Kings ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
The Golden One Center, that thing is nice. It's a nice stadium.
I mean, you can fill it with some talent.
It's not Smoothie Kingdom or it's Golden One.
Yeah, it's Golden. It's Golden One or something. It's after that credit union up there.
I thought Smoothie King was New Orleans.
Yeah.
Maybe I got it mixed up.
Yeah. Hey man, yeah, they can go ahead and relocate and then fill it in with some talent to come in and fill the venue out. Because I mean, obviously we're
Golden
going
one.
watching the Kings play. So, but good luck to them, man. Hopefully they figure it out. I don't know what they're doing, but I do want to see them succeed.
Hey man, the West is tough.
Yeah.
On that
I mean,
note,
I feel like every team in the West has made the playoffs except for them.
They have.
every team has
Your factor is that every team has.
Yeah, every team.
pretty much.
Yeah, the Timberwolves are the last ones. Yeah.
Timberwolves were the oldest ones.
Guys, man.
So welcome to the I don't know what
Basement.
it is.
Lonely out here in the bottom.
Hey, that's why it's called the Golden One Center.
Oh my gosh. So, all right, man. Let me know how y'all feel about this, man. Let us know how you feel about the topics we talked about, man. About Lamar Jackson, where he should go, man. Little Bronny, baby Bronny, where he should go, man. If he go overseas or go to Golden State for some reason. I don't even understand how that can even happen. But anyways, go ahead, give us a like if you like what we heard so far. Thanks for rocking with us for this amount of time. 5 stars again on the podcast. Again, it'll help us out and all that, man. Again, we're here every Wednesday. So until next Wednesday, guys. Deuces.
Peace. Thanks for joining.
You can't see your fingers because you're old. That's okay.
I know, that's why I said it out loud, bro.
I think we're good to Gizzo. So let me pull this over.
What you mean get real? No, these melons or these melons.
What in the heck is going on? Is that you on the? Is that coming from you, Kurt?
Yeah, man. You know those the little skits where like you might see a woman and she's like she's endowed, and the dude comes up like, "Oh man, there's some nice melons," but there's some watermelons like right next to her.
And they
so a woman was checking the dude like, "No, what melons were you talking about?" He's like, "I was talking about these melons right here." But she's sitting like this, so it was.
She should have said thank you. Dang, she sounded ungrateful.
For real.
How dare you compliment me on my God-given extremities? So, yeah, we ready to go, man. If y'all ready, man, we can go ahead and kick it off.
Go ahead.
All right. You staying as Deuce Bigelow?
Yeah.
Male Gigolo. Got you.
You could also go Joe Budden with it and be like, this podcast will be lame later, or whatever he was doing in the beginning.
Some kind of sports podcast.
That is not a bad name. I like it.
Some kind of sports podcast.
Oh man, yeah, we could probably do that and get away with it actually. So I don't know, man. We see if that sticks, man. If it sticks around, makes a cut. So, all right, cool. Come on, man.
It'll be Scospec, some kind of sports podcast. Scospec.
What? So.
Oh man.
All right, man. Let's jump into this, man. In 3, 2,